morning dear students and welcome to English class. In this particular session we are going to start with the short story Frizz, which is written by Satyajit Ray, and today we are going to do about the author and a short introduction to the story. This particular story is based on paranormal events. I hope you would enjoy reading this story. Good morning dear students. As said, we are going to begin with the story Frizz, which is written by Satyajit Ray. So first let us try to understand about the author. Satyajit Ray was born on May 2nd, 1921 in Calcutta and died on April 23, 1992 in Calcutta. He was a Bengali motion picture director, writer and illustrator. Now what do we mean by an illustrator? Illustrator means a person who draws or creates pictures for a magazine, book, etc. So Satyajit Ray was a motion picture director, writer and illustrator who brought Indian cinema to world recognition with Pather Panchali, that is the Song of the Road, in 1955, and its two sequels, which is known as the Apu trilogy. As a director, Ray was noted for his humanism, his versatility and his detailed control over his films and their music. He was one of the greatest filmmakers of the 20th century. Now Ray's films span art unusually wide gamut of mood, milieu, period and genre, with comedies, tragedies, romances, musicals and detective stories treating all classes of Bengali society from the mid-19th to the late 20th century. Now here we get to know that Ray's films were not covering one particular area or theme. Instead, it had a wide gamut of mood. Gamut means range. It used to cover a wide range of mood. Milieu means a person in a particular social environment. It used to deal with that particular period, and he has written many different types of stories which include comedies, tragedies, romances, musicals and also detective stories that treat all classes of Bengali society from the mid-19th to the late 20th century. Now most of his characters are of average ability and talents. So you won't find his characters to be very to be people with high abilities or talents. They are of average ability and talents like ordinary human beings. And he never used to focus upon the talents of the character. Instead, his main focus was on the inner struggle and corruption of the conscience-stricken person that fascinated Ray as a writer. His films primarily concern thought and feeling rather than action and plot. So he used to deal more with the thought and feeling of the characters rather than focusing on action or plot of the story. And though Ray was a motion picture director, he also established a parallel career in Bengal as a writer and illustrator, making a significant contribution to children's literature in Bengali. He revived the children's magazine titled as Sandesh, which his grandfather Upendra Kishore Rai Chaudhary had started in 1913. Actually, this magazine Sandesh was started by his grandfather Upendra Kishore Rai Chaudhary in 1913, but Ray continued he revived that magazine, and he also edited that magazine until his death in 1922. So, his detective stories and novels are particularly popular with teenage children. Ray created two of the most famous fictional characters ever in Bengali children's literature. One is Feluda, a sleuth in Holmesian tradition. What do you mean by Holmesian tradition? Means the tradition that is relating to detective Sherlock Holmes. So Sherlock Holmes also has written a number of detective stories. So following that particular tradition, Ray also created a character named as Feluda the sleuth. And then his another character was Professor Shanku, a genius scientist. His stories are unpretentious and entertaining. Then he also wrote many short stories centering on thriller, horror, macabre. What is macabre? Means disturbing thought because of being concerned with or causing a fear of death. So his stories used to deal with thriller, horror, macabre and paranormal germs. Paranormal means those events which are beyond the scope of scientific understanding. And these stories were published as a collection of 12 stories. Now, the stories that were published in the collection of 12 stories, one of the stories was titled as Fritz. Now, Fritz is one such story. It was first published in Bengali in 1971, and this particular English story which we have at hand is the translation by Gopa Majumdar. So Gopa Majumdar has translated this particular story into English. Now let us know what the story basically deals with. Now the short story Fritz, which is written by Satyajit Ray, it explores the themes of childhood memories, friendship, fear, superstition and conflict. Now the protagonist of the story is Jayanto. Jayanto is the name of the protagonist of the story, and Jayanto works in the editorial section of a newspaper. Shankar, who is the narrator of the story, is a school teacher and a very close friend of Jayanto. Now these two friends, they decided to visit a small town called Bundi in Rajasthan. Now this particular place, Bundi, has significance in the life of Jayanto, because Jayanto had been to Bundi earlier in his life, and in fact he had spent his childhood in that particular village. Now this remote place with its airy environment and the colonial era circuit house with the skylights and high ceilings add mystery to the story. So you will find that the place Bundi is quite remote in Rajasthan. There is something airy about the environment in that place, and they stay in a circuit house which was built in the colonial times. So all these things, they add up to the element of mystery in the story. Now when Shankar and Jayanto, they had some time off from their work, they decided to visit Bundi, which was a rural town in Rajasthan, and this particular place holds many childhood memories for Jayanto. Now as the two friends sightsee, when they went to sightsee Bundi, Jayanto's memories of his father and the circuit house make him nostalgic. He begins to reflect upon his childhood memories. Particularly when they visit the fort at Bundi, Joyanto is carried back into a time of different era. So he was not in that present moment looking or observing the fort, but he is carried to a time period of different era, particularly his childhood when craftsmanship was valued. Now during their stay in the circuit house, Joyanto could slowly and in bits and pieces recall his previous visit. Since many years had passed now, so therefore he did not have a very clear picture of his early childhood that he had spent in Bundi. But still, in bits and parcels, he could recall some part of his childhood days that he has spent in Bundi. Now, as the story progresses, Joyanto becomes quite sad and absent-minded as he reminisces about his childhood days. The first thing that Joyanto remembers is a deodar tree that was important to him. So the first thing that Joyanto recalls about his childhood is a deodar tree that was important to him, but he could not exactly remember that what association he had with the tree, or why did he remember the tree so distinctly. Then he becomes excited when he is able to locate the tree. So in the garden of that bungalow of that circuit house, he is finally able to locate that deodar tree. So when he finds that deodar tree, he becomes quite excited and he shows that tree to Shankar. Now later, when he reflects more upon his childhood, he tells his friend Shankar that he once had a Swiss doll named Fritz. So the name of the doll that was brought from Switzerland is named as Fritz, and it is this name of the doll that gives title to the story. And this particular doll was gifted to Joyanto by his uncle. And what was unique about the doll was that it was not inanimate. In fact, it had some qualities of human beings. In other words, we can say that it was lifelike. The doll was lifelike. It could respond to the words of human beings. And Fritz was almost a foot tall, and it was dressed in Swiss clothes. And Joyanto was very fond of that doll in his early childhood days. In fact, he used to spend most of his time playing with the doll. But unfortunately, on one occasion when Joyanto was playing with the doll and he left it outside, that doll was attacked by dogs and it was ripped apart. It was torn, and Joyanto was greatly disappointed because of the untimely demise of Fritz, or the fact that Fritz was torn apart by the dogs. And Joyanto gave a man-like funeral to that doll. So he carried that doll and buried the doll under the deodar tree. Now that explains the association of Joyanto with the deodar tree. So he had buried the doll under the deodar tree. Now after the mystery of the deodar tree was resolved, Joyanto could not sleep that night because he felt that something had walked over his chest. So when he was lying on his bed, he felt that as if something walked over his chest, and that troubled him. And for the whole night he could not sleep. And then the next day, when Joyanto and Shankar they went for sightseeing to the Bundi fort, Joyanto was not at ease. He was not feeling comfortable, and he indeed looked very morose, very disappointed, sad and gloomy. And why he was feeling that way? Because he thought that Fritz had walked over his chest the previous night. So he felt that it was Fritz that had walked over his chest the previous night. Therefore, when Shankar came to know about it, he really felt sad for the mood of his friend. And he felt that the friend was simply feeling nostalgic, and he is being troubled by the thoughts of his early childhood. So therefore Shankar suggested a plan to Jayanto, that Jayanto, in order to satisfy his curiosity, he must dig the ground where Fritz was buried exactly 31 years ago. So imagine, Fritz was buried at that place 31 years ago, and now when Jayanto visited Bundi after 31 years, he is filled with curiosity. He recalls his early days of childhood. Particularly, he is troubled by the thought of his doll, Fritz, that he had buried under the deodar tree. So Shankar, he could not see his friend in that mood. That is the reason why he suggested Jayanto that Jayanto must dig the ground and find out whether Fritz was there or not in that particular place. So they called the gardener and asked him to dig the ground. Now when the gardener dug the ground, to their horror and astonishment, they found, you should see what they found. They found a 12-inch long, pure white, perfect human skeleton. So they did not find the doll. Instead of the doll, they were surprised, they were astonished, they were filled with the horror, because they found a 12-inch long, pure white, perfect human skeleton. Now this is no doubt a frightening twist that occurs at the end of the story. So they dug the ground hoping to find the doll or the remains of the doll. But instead of finding the remains of the doll, they find a 12-inch long human skeleton. So the readers, like the narrator Shankar, are left to question just who or what Fritz was. So that fills us with suspense. That was Fritz a doll, or was Fritz a supernatural element? Did Fritz really have man-like qualities? And if Fritz had man-like qualities, then how is it possible for a doll to have such qualities? So the readers are left to question, to wonder that who or what Fritz exactly was. But and what role did Jayanto have to play in the death of Fritz? Did he held himself responsible, or was Jayanto responsible in any ways for the death of Fritz? So this is what the story is about. And therefore the story has an open ending, because the readers are left to conclude, the readers are left to wonder that what Fritz exactly was. And this particular story, Ray explores the theme of childhood memories and their effect on adulthood. So childhood memories has an impact even upon the adulthood of a person. So like we could see clearly in the case of Jayanto. Additionally, the story also shows the friendship that existed between Jayanto and Shankar. So Shankar was a true friend of the protagonist, and that is the reason why he always stayed with his friend, tried to calm, console his friend, tried to help his friend to come out of his feelings of nostalgia, to come out of its thoughts of perplexity. While the readers are only left to guess at Fritz's real identity. So we could not make clear that who Fritz exactly was. We are only left to do guesswork, and we can only guess about Fritz's true identity. But it is certainly clear that the impact of Fritz was there on the life of Jayanto, and it was an everlasting one. So this is what the story is basically about. So we'll be doing the storyline in the next class. In the meantime, I would also like you all to go through the text properly and try to understand it for yourself as well. So thank you and stay blessed.